And war canoeing is important because it's one of the only aspects of our culture that survived colonization in the 20th century. There were many efforts to disband First Nations people through social isolation, much like we're experiencing now. And they did that through the potlatch ban. And that pretty much did exactly what it sounds like, but what it did exactly was to ban X amount of First Nations people from getting together. So we couldn't hold any potlatches, we couldn't do any ceremonial practices, and through that, war canoe kind of evolved into a sport. And we're allowed to go in through that loophole in order to continue practicing our culture together. War canoeing is super important today because, well, for me, especially as I am a youth, it's kept me busy. There are many times where I definitely could have strayed off the path that I was on and that I am on now through drugs, alcohol, not paying attention to school. So pretty much the situation that we have today is we have 25 odd crews-ish, and we all have different colors and different shapes of our paddles, and it's evolved over the years, obviously, because back in the day we used to have to make everything ourselves, and that came to building our own type of canoe, our own type of paddles, and what we thought was contributing to the evolution of the fastest canoe. So we went from very long straight blades where the blade was most times a lot longer than the shaft, and that's how they liked to pull back in the day. It obviously worked for them. And then as canoeing evolved and it became a bigger sport, and the medium of outrigger paddling being the medium for most canoe pullers around the world, for the indigenous people around the world to canoe in, people started using dog legs, which means that it has a lot longer of a shaft and then a shorter blade, and it kind of bends like that.